Hey, welcome back to Milton Daily Homes. It's Chuck here. We're actually in the new office in the new Green Life building, and I'm in the conference room, and so it's a different vibe. Nice natural light. It's great in here. This is where we run the buyer classes. We're doing this last one this month at the old location at the Royal Page office, and then the new location here will be for upcoming buyer classes. So I'll give you guys a tour when I have some photos, but let's get started with today's list. There's actually there's 13 plus 5, so a total of 18. We've got this one on Pineview. We start off for some reason with the $1 million one, 1,506,000. It's big. It's more than 5,000 square feet. I don't know if it wows. I mean, it's a nice area. It's pretty close to the highway, but it's a bit of an overcast day, which is unfortunate. I mean, the nice sunny pictures are always your preferred. It's on about 2 acres. Really, if they got this kind of money for this home, I'd say it would mostly be because of the size of the home, because the finishes don't necessarily look like something I'd expect to see in a 1.56. 235 gets you this one at 1390 Main, and so there's only just a scan here, and the possession is actually September 15th. So it's in the Bristol buildings. It's the same as the stuff at 1360. You know, beyond that, there's not a whole lot in here. It's going to get action because it's one of the cheapest condos out there right now. Just make sure you're not doing it on assignments and then you end up paying the closing costs and stuff like that, because it's still it's a newer building. So Bronte Street is 284.5, and this one looks nice too, that they've opened the kitchen up. They actually have a dining room that's open. The next one is going to show this as well, and I would say this one looks great. It's just more of a multi-split level kind of design. You've got a good amount of space in the backyard too. So that one gets brownie points. I think they priced it right on where most of the other ones are selling in that complex. Now this one on Childs looks pretty good too. So you've got some parquet floor. So I don't know. I mean, if you stay in the parquet, it's not too bad. But the kitchen has this nice pass through right here. It's not not closed like most of the ones in this subdivision. It's nice and open. It looks like they potentially might have even opened upstairs the bedroom. They might have had a 4th bedroom type of design, and they opened it up to have 3 larger rooms. So overall, this one gets brownie points for sure. You've got some nice mature trees in the back, and I like it. I like the look of it. And so we've got Maple here at 309. It's a Windsor model. There is another Windsor model for sale right now, and this one has some better floors, and it's the corner. Little things like taking this off the side would make a huge difference. Things off the floor here. The coffee maker's not necessary for photos. There's a difference between how you get the photos taken and how you live in it in real life, because you can have a little bit more stuff when you're showing the house to some extent, but you've got to be really careful with the photos, how much you've got inside. You've got your Ward and June Cleaver beds there, and then you're on the 3rd floor, so you're overlooking the it looks like the gym and the party room there. Good. So there's a pond close by, and it's nice, easy access to the highway. So I would say that they probably would benefit from being under the 3 mark, given their competition. But someone may see the value in having the corner plus plus the upgraded floors. Nadeline is at 385. It's 1,130 square feet. There's no hardwood here. There's a dark kitchen, but I really think they missed the mark on the price on this one. And I'll show you one. The last listing of the day is an insane looking townhouse with a finished basement. So stay tuned for that. We've got another awesome townhouse here on 650 Edwards. It's at 398.5, 1,580 square feet. It's 3 bedrooms. You've got laundry upstairs. You've got a nice little front porch. It's a nice quiet street, laminate floors. You've got a kitchen with some subway tile backsplash plus a new countertop. You've got nice sort of bright, cheerful colors in the house, not the normal builder, builder beige as we call it. And you've got a backyard with some nice mature trees. So really nice home. It's still, I believe, less than 10 years old, and it's a great looking home. So we've got Irving Terrace at 423.9. It's a Spring Ridge, 1,800 square feet. It's got 4 bedrooms. One just sold around the corner. We sold it actually up in the higher 420s, and they had hardwood throughout, whereas this one's mostly the main hallway. But it would be easy to fix that up, although it's hard to match the hardwood exactly sometimes. And they've got the 4 bedrooms usually plus a laundry upstairs too. So they're right in the zone. Very similar to Hutchinson, the one we sold in terms of traffic. We've got Chandler Crescent here with a nice wraparound porch. 466.9. It's a semi-detached, upgraded countertops, and again, no hardwood floors. The blue carpets can turn off some buyers for sure. I mean, blue is a great color. Not always something you want to have in your bathrooms and your carpets. The finished basement, I think, is the thing that'll push this one over the edge. The same model sold recently. I can't recall offhand what it actually did sell for. Bessie Trails at $539. This is like a courtyard home, like a laneway access from the garage. I'll give you a sense. The nice thing is the garage is in the back of the lot, and then there's a little breezeway to get back in the house. Now what that does is when you remove the garage, you remove that L-shape limitation that you have, where typically it's living, dining in the front, kitchen, family in the back. So no garage means a nice big open floor plan, and they've got 4 bedrooms upstairs. Plus, there's a little bit of a loft above. So here it is. So there's the house, and then you've got a little courtyard, backyard. It's a little bit smaller, and then you have the garage, and then above the garage, you've got an extra bedroom with an office. Great space for a home office. Great space for a nanny. So this can really work well. If you're not that into a big backyard, you've got a lot of nice space here in the sense that you've got a balcony outside. You've got a manageable size yard, especially if you didn't want to mow a lot of grass. You could interlock the whole yard there. Now we also have Lesage. Awesome price. This was up, I think, around $660 or $680 or something like that. $650 is a super deal for this one. 3 bathrooms upstairs. You've got great upgrades here with the crown moldings, nice dark hardwood floors. The kitchen's been pimped out under cabinet lighting. The whole works here. Pot lights in the family room. You've got big bedrooms upstairs. There's a Jack and Jill between these 2 bedrooms, and it's a very nice looking home. It's close to a park. You're in the Escarpment View School District, and that is a killer deal. I think it's about, yeah, it says 3,000 square feet. It might be a little bit under that, but it's a nice size. It's $650. That is a fantastic deal. This one is around the same size on Dempsey, but it's not nearly as upgraded. And I actually think this one's a good deal, but just Lesage is so, to me, it's just playing on a different level than this one here. They use that little trick that the Mattamy model homes use, is they have the mirrors right up to the top of the ceiling, and it tends to make the bathroom look a lot brighter and bigger for sure. So it's a great floor plan though. It's a nice floor plan, but that's a solid price if it wasn't for just a hotter competitor. So we've got hot and hotter. So Mansewood, $699. It's on 5 acres. Now the description says, well, you've got a cottage right there, but the thing is, it doesn't have a pool, it doesn't have any water. So for me, cottage is synonymous with waterfront, but I guess this one here, you're kind of in the bush a little bit. You've got some nice privacy, and yeah, $699 for a 5-acre property with a pretty decent sized home is probably within the zone where I'd expect it. So next list, we got 5 of them on this list. So we've got, let me actually crank the size of this one up a little bit. We've got Davis Lane at $369, end unit townhouse, and it's a front back house. So you've got a pretty open concept floor plan here. The kitchen overlooks the rest of the living space. You've got a builder finished basement. Most of them are builder finished basements, and the rooms are decent size. It's not a bad size home, but the thing is, there's the front door or the back door, whatever you want to call it, and then that's the side facing Main Street. So that's why I call them front back, because they have 2 different doors. For the Main Street traffic, like basically the fence, that's as high as you can go. It's probably not my ideal. I like where it is because there's the rec center close by, the library, the GO train is within walking distance. You can go grab a Starbucks. But that Main Street traffic is loud, and I don't know if I'd really want to be a part of that. So Jervis Trail, it might be Jervis Terrace, but they put it in as Jervis Trail. We're looking at, I believe this is around 1,800 square feet, townhouse. $459 is a little bit high. They get the premium for fronting onto the green space. It's a nice, bright, open home. Lots of windows here, but it's high for a townhouse. We figure most of the townhouses are going, even for end units, somewhere around 4, maybe a little bit over. So they might be banking on a little bit more of a premium for the actual green space than what most people are getting, given what we've seen in the market. Next one up is Laurier. And so we've got $519 is the price on this one here. It's a 1.5 car garage. There's a lot of space. These homes don't look big from the street, but because they're split levels, there's a lot of space here. So they've renovated the kitchen, and you've got some hardwood floors here. That might be laminate, actually, come to think of it when I'm looking at it. So there's some original parts in the home. Not sure how I feel about it. It's one of those things where we've seen the smaller versions on Vanier have a bit of a tough time in the fours. This one does back onto a nice park too. It's a nice little location, and probably a little bit of a hit for being on Laurier too. So let's see what happens. We haven't seen a lot of this style of home, like this actual layout, sell in a little while. So we've got Martin Street here, and we've got a nice 57 by 142 foot lot, and you can walk to Taco Bell if that's your thing. The home itself is probably not the star of the show. It's probably the land that really is the thing that's harder to find. Martin can be a busier street. It's nice to have the finished basement there. But, I mean, that's what you trade off, right? I mean, you could buy a home in Dorset Park for this kind of price, but it's not quite as big. It might be 50 by 120, not 57 by 142. And the trade-off is that you're facing a bit of a busier street. So the last one here, it only has 3 photos listed. It's a Mattamy Bryant model. It's 1235 square feet. It's on a really quiet street right in the Hawthorne Village School District. And so basically, actually, you know what? It might be the new Milton 7. I know they're changing the boundaries a lot because this is above the gas pipeline. And so there's only 3 photos, but have a look. There's a virtual tour right here. Have a look at this home. It's model quality, like model home, beautiful hardwood floors. Every single detail is really attended to. There's a finished basement, and there's some landscaping done in the front and backyard too. So completely move-in ready. There's 2-car parking in the driveway. It's a little bit higher than what most of these models are selling for, but I think in this case it's definitely justified. So that's the list for today. If you have any questions, give us a call. And if you're coming to town this long weekend, our agents are in town. We'd be glad to meet with you and just have a chat, and even maybe take you on a tour of homes. There are still homes that are showing their home on the weekend, and it's a good chance if you maybe have an extra day just to start your search. It might be a great opportunity. So just sign up over there for a tour of homes and meet me at Starbucks. And tonight we're doing the buyer class, so it might be a little late, but it's next month. I think it's on the 27th of July on Saturday. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.